In this video, we're going to be looking at possessive adjectives. This information is found on page 84 in your book. Remember that an adjective describes a noun. Possessive adjectives in Spanish, unlike regular adjectives, come before the noun. So here we're going to start by looking at the form. What are the possessive adjectives? For yo, the singular is mi, which translates to my, okay? For tu, it's tu, same but no accent, okay? This is also singular form, okay? The singular for usted, ella, which really is his, her, your, is su. Nosotros is nuestro, but there's another singular form, nuestra, okay? Our. Vosotros is, there's also two forms here, vuestro, and as you can guess, it's very similar to nosotros because those two are always similar. Okay, vuestro, vuestra, two forms. These agree in gender. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, and then down here we have su again. So su for usted, ella, su for ustedes, ellos, ellos. This would be their, okay, like their book, their house. Okay, now these are the singular forms, but just like everything else in Spanish, we know there's this agreement in number and gender. So here, if you're talking about something that's plural, my books, mis libros. So the plural form is mis for my. Here, it's tus for your, singular, informal. Here, you may have guessed, sus. Okay, these same forms, we just add an S. Nuestros, nuestras, vuestros, vuestras. And then here, sus, same as usted, ella, ustedes, ellos, ellas, same. Okay, so these are the forms. This is something you just have to work with until you know the forms. But let's look at the use. Okay, again, we have agreement in number and gender. So let's say we're talking about a book, mi libro, okay, mi libro. But if we're talking about books, the agreement is with the word that it modifies, the word after it, mis libros. So even though there's only one person talking, yo tengo mis libros, there's agreement here. The rule of thumb, something to remember, the agreement happens, unlike English, with the word that follows the adjective. Okay, so here I want to say, do you have your book? ¿Tienes tu libro? ¿Tienes tus libros? Okay, so same thing. Now, if I decide that I'm talking about something feminine in gender, it doesn't change because there's only agreement in number, okay? So, mi casa, mis casas. Okay, same thing here. Tu casa, tus casas. Okay, same here. Your, usted, ella, his or her. So here, su and sus have a lot of meanings. Su libro, su casa. Sus libros, sus casas. So again, we have this agreement in number here. These are singular, so no S in that adjective. Okay, so down here, same thing. Nuestro libro, nuestra casa. Nuestros libros, nuestros casas. But we see here, now we have agreement in gender. With nosotros and vosotros only have agreement in gender. But all have agreement in number. Nuestro libro, nuestra casa. Nuestros libros, nuestras casas. And here, this functions just like up here, except the meaning is different. It's your, their, masculine, feminine. Okay, now this is when we want to use an adjective, but there's another way to express possession in Spanish. It's de plus el or la. De plus a noun with el or la. Okay? Okay, so if I say es el libro de Juan, okay, is the same as saying Es su, it's his book. Okay? Es la casa de María. Es su casa. Okay? So this de is central to forming possession in Spanish. Now, if you have de plus el, meaning the, there is a contraction, it turns to del, okay? So if we have es el libro de el médico, it's the doctor's book, then this contracts to del, okay? Es el libro del médico. But remember, el is the. El without the accent is the. El with the accent is he. So don't get those confused. If there's an accent, you can't make that contraction. Okay, so just to review, here are your possessive adjectives. Agreement in number for all, agreement in gender for nosotros, vosotros, and then here is this de is central to forming the possessive constructions when you're not using the adjectives.